Is it a good idea? We have our first major college coach creating his own podcast.
Well, Doug Gottlieb is a college coach that wouldn't quit his job.
Yeah, I guess that's technically, I guess that's true.
Yeah, right.
So maybe we've answered our own question that it's a bad
It's
idea.
a bad idea because Gottlieb's had one of the worst seasons. And
I just think upside versus downside. And I mean, you can talk about who it is and what it is, but the way it's billed even just gives me like this is a train wreck coming.
Yeah, so it's going to be Matt Rhule at Nebraska.
Yeah.
He came out with it today. It's called House Rules with Matt Rhule.
That's adorable.
And it looks as if they've just put a microphone and some podcast equipment in his office.
Yeah.
And he will sit at his desk and spit hot takes. It says, I know, or he opened it today. He posted one today, and it says, he's opened it with, I know what you're thinking. Why are we doing this? Why are we taking the time to give an inside look to each and every one of you, to all the great things happening here at the University of Nebraska? Man, we're so proud of what we're doing with our players, what we're doing with this program, and we want to give you an inside look behind the scenes, behind the curtain of a college football program. We want to talk about all the things that matter to you: college football, pop culture, young people. You know, I've been hired and fired in my life. I've been through a lot of things, and one thing I know is I'm not afraid to speak the truth, be authentic, and just be who I am. I'm Matt Rhule, and this is House Rules.
I find it fascinating in that the world of college football coaching, I mean, we'll ask Dan Lannon about it. Dude, it is a meat grinder. I mean, those are 16-hour days. And do we know, is this going on in season? Is this once a week?
It just launched. I think he's doing it every Thursday during the season.
Okay, well, I mean,
It's kind of like a coach's show, which plenty of people do.
a coach's show. So I wonder, and this has to literally just be he shows up, sits down for an hour, and then gets up and leaves.
There is a co-host.
Yeah.
His name is Anthony Gargano.
There you go.
And they interview players.
So this will be much like the Jeff Pearlman quote. This will be a Nebraska hand. Can we say that? It'll be a Nebraska handy that Matt Rhule will show up to every week, and you'll bring on the running back, and it'll be red meat for the Husker fans. And
well, he wouldn't do it if it wasn't that.
Yes.
Right? Like, I mean, it has to have only value to him, or he's not doing it. That said, I think he is outspoken enough that every once in a while he may go. See, I think he's smart by doing that. I actually don't think this is a bad idea because, one, Buck said a lot of coaches shows out there, and so he's just taking it in house and probably making it more convenient for him rather than a lot of them, they go to a bar at night and sit down with the play-by-play guy or whatever. He's like, nah, I'm just gonna do it in my office.
Yeah.
And I feel like he is going to go viral a few times because something will happen. There will be a bad a call that pisses him off, and then he won't say anything in the post game, but then he'll get on his soapbox on his podcast or something, and people will be watching and listening, and he will go viral, and that's exactly what he wants.
Yeah, if you're Nebraska, you got to find a way to stick out, and
exactly.
And this is something that it's a good point in that it's not Gottlieb doing a daily show. It's literally just a coach. This is no different than the coach's show, other than it's called the Matt Rhule podcast, and they're saying it a podcast, not a show, and it'll be from his office. But there won't be any. I don't think this is any groundbreaking. I thought it was like, oh my God, is someone trying to do like a daily or a 2 or 3 week? Like the Doug Gottlieb thing is the most insane thing that a coach has ever tried.
Most podcasts aren't daily, right?
No. Like I do one, like me and Nemec do one, West Coast Bias, that we do. That's just, and we do it twice a week for an hour. And you just, I think most of them are like that. 2, maybe 3 times a week at the most.
That's what we should do.
You do an hour, and
don't you think?
I don't think the bosses would like that. But the fact that it's an hour and he will have nothing to do with it other than, I guarantee 2 minutes before that starts, he's going to sit down and there will be some PR person that's like, hey, by the way, this is what you're doing. Because like when Lanning films or tapes us, I'm sure he does all of his media car wash in that moment. I'll bet you he has 6 of those things.
He's probably got something at 3:45, something again at 4:15.
I don't think I think his is, I think he has 2 of them.
2
or 1.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been told before that is not a great time of day for him.
Yeah.
I think, in other words, I think some of this is, you're right, it's about scheduling. It's about Matt Rhule's day.
Yeah.
And Matt Rhule's day if because he likes to talk. I mean, he's not buttoned up like some of these other coaches.
Yeah.
So he probably does. There's an element of him that likes doing this and knows he can promote Nebraska by doing this.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably mostly that it checks a lot of his daily tasks in 1 hour.
Yeah.
It checks all of the thing, and he can consolidate his day based off of it's like, because we've had just behind the curtain, we've had discussions with possibly moving Dan Lanning because his schedule is just not conducive to coming on here at 4:00.
Sure.
It turns out that
Make it work.
it's going to happen this year, but so it's probably that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Matt Rhule goes to them and says, I don't want to do my coach's show. That is annoying. I don't want to drive out there, the stupid drunk fans, whatever. And they're like, okay, well, what do you think about a podcast? We'll put it right on your desk, and you can say whatever you want, and we'll give you a host, and we'll give you a couple players to interview, and it'll be a giant,
Yeah, it's a love letter to Nebraska football,
and that's probably good for him because it saves him time.
Yeah. There is
and that's really it.
and you call it a podcast, you don't call it a coach's show, and then it's innovative.
See, exactly. That is so true. Just calling it a podcast makes us go, ooh. But if we said coach's show or radio show, we're like, oh, God, who cares?
There is an element, too, in this day and age, though. You're trying to stand out, and there's so many voices. There's so much noise out there. How do you stand out? And I don't know, good for Matt Rhule for...
Well, there's an element to this that was like, but we're going to tell it like it is. And I'm like...
Yeah, he is saying
so,
that.
So you think you're going to push the envelope here? Is that a good idea?
So I was talking to my buddy today, who's a big Husky guy, and this is Prime. So he listens to, he likes listening to like Husky themed, obviously, like broadcasts, and so they have their version of this, like an in-house state media thing, and UW has some good hype around them. There seems to be, and I think UW will be good this year. I'm pretty bullish on the Dogs, and the first scrimmage they had, the offense looked amazing. Right, Damon Williams and they fixed their O-line and the offense. Oh my God, it's going to be great. And then the second scrimmage rolled around, so he was all excited about that. And the second scrimmage rolls around, and the offense didn't look very good. Do you think though that was the story, that the offense didn't look very good? No, the story was, oh my God, the defense. The defense is amazing. So I talked to him, and he's like, dude, have you heard? The defense, and I had to bring it up. I'm like, so which is it? Did the defense look like crap the first time around and the offense was great, and now it's just flipped? Is it one of those, like, everyone has one of these where it's always just, there's no more objective in-house media. It's really hard to be objective because when you're objective, no one gives you access. Like, if someone were to go in there and look at a program and come out and be like, I don't know, I thought the quarterback was a little shaky and the O-line looks bad, and I'm just not completely sold on this team. They just cut off your access because so many schools now are doing this where they're just putting out their own content. It's like, hey, you know what? We'll just, we'll do it on our station. We'll do it like Matt Rhule. I don't want to go on a coach's show. I'll just have my own show, and I can control the message. It's becoming more and more state-run media, and even some of the national media is becoming state-run media, because if you want access to Dan Lanning, or you want access to Kalen Bohr, or access to Ryan Day, you better go in there and you better put a rosy view on what it looked like when you showed up there, or you ain't getting invited back.
That is, I got to tell you, you have touched on one of my biggest pet peeves about what we do.
Yeah.
And it's that I've always found the mental gymnastics that people use to protect their own slant wildly odd.
Yeah.
I really do. I've never understood it. There's no impartiality, and that's it to some extent to be understood, but just the Blazers are kings of this.
Yeah. And by the way, Jason Quick, who used to come on our program for years and years, it really beat him down covering that beat because he talked to him.
Well, it's just not truth.
It's not.
Just not.
And if you do tell the truth, you kind of get blacklisted.
And the guy that's really taken it to the umpteenth level is Donald Trump.
Yes.
But Olshey had that where he didn't have the truth. He had his truth.
That's a big deal. Thank you very much.
It's the same with this Cowboys documentary.
Yeah.
Is it the truth? Maybe, maybe not. It's Jerry's
alternative facts.
It's Jerry's truth. Well, that's a thing now.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, Donald Trump has blown the lid off of this.
Yeah.
But this has always been a thing in sports where it's in the best example is the Blazers. Their broadcasts. I mean,
Yeah.
just
There's not an objective. And
talk about polishing a turd.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre. I've never understood it. And I'm not saying you have to go out of your way to criticize. I get why you can't.
No.
But, I mean, we can be a little bit more honest, a little bit more plain speaking, a little bit more like, oh, wow, that wasn't very good.
Yep.
There, Lamar, was it? No, Kevin, it wasn't. Actually, it was great. I've never seen anything so great. You know, it's just, it's really wild. And it happens in sports all the time. And you're right, it's getting worse.
It's getting worse and worse.
Because these products are all being now put out by it's state run.
People have figured out the easiest way to control the narrative is to just
do your own.
Do your own.
Yeah. And and there's value in that. Yeah. People eat that up. Yeah. But this is, I guarantee you, any real media person listening to us right now is going, oh my God, yes, I am beating my head against the wall against all this crap.
And yet it's, if you want to get ahead and you want the access, song and dance, man, play the game. Because if you do it anymore,
you could have problems.
Gonna have problems.